Hey everyone, Matt Wacek here. Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to another video. So the other day I mentioned that I had picked up a PBN from a seller on Legit, and that is my go-to place for all of my PBN domains because I would much rather delegate that task to someone who's good and proficient at doing that service of finding a domain and bringing it to me, and I just pay them for it. There are other sources that you can go to pick up domains, such as the GoDaddy auction, and there's a whole bunch of other places out there. You could probably just Google PBN domains and figure out where to buy more. I just like going there because I don't have to worry about it. They're good at it. Delegation is going to be the key to your success as an entrepreneur because as you start building and growing, your time becomes more valuable and you need to be spending it on higher level things. Because, for example, when it comes to something like content creation on a PBN site, as you start to grow, you'll want to outsource that to either buying an article from somebody on iWriter or hire a VA, hire an employee, whatever it is that you see fit for your business. But anyways, so when it came time to delivery, the domain ended up actually being a former money site that someone had used in the cleaning niche. So it had really good metrics. We'll get into the full metrics and the competition analysis and where I want to take this site and my monetization plans and that sort of stuff. That will be in an upcoming video. But for this one, I want to just give you the lowdown on this particular domain and give you the pros and cons of having an expired domain versus starting scratch. Now, this particular domain happened to be an exact match domain. There are a lot of people that are on the fence with whether or not these are good, and we'll get into that in a minute. But if you're totally brand new to digital marketing, an exact match domain is a domain name that is written out in a way, or set up in a way, I should say, to rank for that exact keyword. So a good example would be Denver Cleaning Service or denvercleaningservices.com. That's not my domain, by the way. But another one is Hugo Lawn Care, Los Angeles Electrician, just the list goes on and on. All right, so let's weigh out the pros and cons of an expired domain versus starting out from scratch with a brand new domain that you just registered at Namecheap. There's no metrics, nothing pointing at it. And let's see which one would work better. By the way, if you are totally brand new to digital marketing or doing SEO, building websites, that sort of stuff, domain is the domain name. So this would be yourwebsite.com. When you acquire a domain from somewhere like Namecheap, for example, you then go get hosting at somewhere like HostGator or GoDaddy, or if you're doing it for PBNs, which I'm not going to get into in this video, but you'd maybe go to somewhere like Easy Blog Networks and you host the site through these companies who host everything, and that's who the platform is that is keeping the site up, and then you have the registrar for the registry of the actual domain. So anyways, an expired domain is where someone had that website previously and they let it go. They didn't need it, they stopped paying, whatever it is, and then it went out onto the open market and someone was able to acquire it, and it has existing metrics, so it has some trust and authority in Google. I'm not going to get too in-depth into the actual metrics and what they mean in this particular video. If you want me to do a more in-depth video on the different metrics that you can find within the different website aggregators out there, such as Moz or Majestic or SEMrush or any of those other type of softwares, be sure to leave a comment down below, let me know. But anyways, the pros of having an expired domain. So we go to the GoDaddy auction and we are picking up a domain. Now, why would we want to do that? Because, just like I had mentioned, existing metrics, authority, and trust. So it's already going to probably be relevant to the niche. So for my site here, it was a cleaning niche in a specific location. So it already has trust and authority as being a good source for people looking for cleaning services in this particular city and state, that it will be able to rank there rather quickly once we get the site indexed and Google is able to crawl the site and see that, okay, this website looks good. It looks like it's a great source for the people looking for this to find it. Let's get this up to the top so that way our users can find it. And that's basically Google ranking in a nutshell. Now, there are a few cons of expired domains. The first one is that it could be expensive. If you were to go over and just get a brand new domain, it's going to be about $11 or $10 or something like that, depending on what type of deal some of the registrars are doing. So very, very affordable. Sometimes if you were to go to try to pick up a domain that has some existing metrics, they could be $300, they could be $1,000. This one here, I got pretty dang lucky with buying a PBN for about $20, and then it was delivered to me and I got a good metric site. That was luck of the draw with that. So that's where this kind of comes into play, that it was 100% luck with this seller who happened to bring it over to me. That is definitely an anomaly. And so now the next con to an expired domain is that you have no control over the links that are pointing at your site because you didn't build them. Usually someone who had the site before you, for example, this particular site has multiple hundreds of links, and either the person who owned the site built them or they paid someone or whatever the case may be. So you really don't have any control over the quality or the relevance of them, nor do you have control over the anchors of the anchor text, which is the text of the link. So if I were to link this to, we'll just do google.com, then that is the anchor text right there. So there are multiple types of anchor text that you use when you are linking from another site to another, and you do not want it to be spammy. So that's where anchor text ratio comes into play as well. Now, the biggest pro to having a new domain is that you control everything. The entire ranking process. You control what quality of links are being sent to the site because you're the one that's building them. You can control the relevance. So if there's some random spammy blog that's pointing at an old domain, you have to deal with the purchase of it. But if you are starting new, you start brand new and fresh, clean slate. You control the anchor text ratio, everything. You control all of it. And that's actually a really good thing because you want to be controlling as much as you can. But I figured, hey, I didn't have to spend a whole lot of money to get this domain, so why not put it to use and make a good case study out of it. So now the cons of a brand new domain, and there's really only one, and that is that you have to be willing to put in the time and invest the time and energy into a full-on link building campaign. With an expired domain, if things were done right, you don't really have to do a whole lot. You create your content on the page. Maybe you do a little more foundational links and creating citations and that sort of stuff, and maybe some Web 2.0s. And if you're still not beating your competition, you may have to go get some good powered PBNs or do some blogger outreach or doing guest posting or whatever it takes to beat the competition. Everything I just mentioned, you still have to do with a brand new site in addition to all of the foundational stuff with doing on-page and everything else that goes along with it. So it can be a big process, especially if you're brand new to it, but don't let that deter you from wanting to get into doing lead gen or pay-per-call affiliate marketing or doing this for clients or whatever it may be that you want to do, because it's still absolutely possible, because it's a big learning process that you're able to see and pick up on things as you're building out and ranking your own sites. If you only just bought expired domains and they rank within 2 months or whatever time, and they instantly rank basically, and when I say instantly, we're talking a few weeks or a month or two, not like I post a page and it's at the top of Google for a keyword that's got 500 search volume every month and the cost per click is $15. That's definitely not what I'm saying. If you just did that every single time, you wouldn't really learn the actual process and the foundational work that needs to be done. So that way, if you were to maybe take on a client or you wanted to sell some of these sites and then start building new ones without these metrics and you want to control the whole process, it's really good to know that entire process. So anyways, guys, if you like this type of content, be sure to go down below, drop a like on this video, and also be sure to join the family, smash that subscribe right down below. Also hit the bell for notifications so you know when the newest content comes live. And if you are interested in becoming proficient in building websites and ranking them in the search engines and monetizing them with lead generation or pay-per-call affiliate campaigns, there's a link to my course right down below in the description. And also, if you want to download the 9 most profitable pay-per-call and lead gen niches, there is a link to download that in the description as well. So with that said, my name is Matt Wacek. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.